Hi everybody, Wave 3 News Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Sunday morning edition of the Hokey video blog. Hope your day's off to a good start, off to a chilly start in the 40s and in some cases the 30s across Kentuckiana this morning. But hey, at least we don't have any severe weather this weekend or any thunderstorms. Got a lot of questions about lightning, so I figured I'd do a lightning-related Hokey weather fact today, talking about the rate at which the air expands around a bolt of lightning as it comes down from the sky and hits the ground. That speed of that air expansion, because it gets so hot, is actually supersonic. It's faster than the speed of sound. That's why you hear sonic boom when you're very, very close to a lightning strike. When it happens across the street, a few hundred yards down from your house, that's why it sounds a little different. It sounds more like a crack rather than a sort of low rumble that you hear when you're farther away from a lightning strike. That's because the air attenuates that lightning strike, that thunder, I should say, the shock wave from it slows down to the speed of sound, so it travels to you at that speed rather than supersonic speeds. Isn't that cool? Lightning and thunder, very interesting subjects in physics and weather, but of course, very dangerous too. Want to stay indoors when a thunder roars. All right, SkyTrack network of cameras this morning from E-Town, from Kentucky One Health. Beautiful morning. We had some clouds earlier this morning, kind of impeded the sunrise a little bit. Still beautiful nonetheless, but now we're seeing the aforementioned mostly sunny skies that we promised for the day. 49 is the current temperature now in Metro Louisville. 39, 10 degrees cooler up in Seymour as of 8 o'clock this morning. Got some mid-40s to our south as well. Now, on the infrared satellite view and the radar, no rain this morning, but certainly we do have some of those clouds moving in. A little heavier band of clouds now along the Ohio River. I don't think these are going to be staying around too long. You see out to our west where these are breaking up, and that's going to be the story for today. You can see a few showers out here in portions of Missouri. I think those will stay west as we go throughout the day and tonight as well. Expecting a dry stretch of weather, which is some good news for folks who are certainly going to be going out to the Louisville Bats baseball game. First pitch at 2:05, 73 degrees by the 7th inning. We're in our high temperature of 78 degrees. Mostly sunny skies expected then. If you're with us from just north of our Ohio River communities, you'll be seeing temperatures in the lower to middle 70s, 75 degrees in Jasper. Along the river, we'll be seeing those mid-70s, maybe some upper 70s, 78 here in Louisville due to that heat island effect. 76 in Tell City this afternoon. Down to the south is where we find the widespread mid to upper 70s. 78 Columbia, 77 for folks in Munfordville. Let's talk about this rain chance now for Monday. We've got the clouds that increase tonight into your morning rush. I do think the morning rush will be dry. That's good news there. No problems getting to work. It's coming back from work when you might get rained on. By 10 o'clock, we're still mostly dry, but a few of these isolated to scattered showers. Maybe a rumble of thunder begin to intrude into the area. They really become widespread as we go throughout 3:30 in the afternoon. And by the late night, that's when we see a potential line of showers and thunderstorms coming through. Will they be severe? I don't think so. We don't have enough instability. We don't have enough wind support aloft. So that's 2 strikes against us for severe weather, and that's a good thing, especially after what we had last week. Heavy rain, though, that might be a problem in some spots. Here in the metro, we may see half to 1 inch of rain, but folks to our south, you can see where that line of storms really begins to blossom down there during the night. You guys might get 1 to 2 inches of rain. I don't think it's going to cause massive flash flooding, but there could be some hydrologic concerns around the area. Some of these streams and creeks might get a little high because of this. And certainly we'll be working on getting that out of here by Tuesday morning. The RPM model here is really slow in doing that. It still has rain south of us by 8:30. I think it'll be out of here by then. I've kept the rain chance on Tuesday at a goose egg, 0% chance. So I think we're going to have a dry day then. You'll see that on the 7-day breakdown, 70 degrees, the high temperature then. I want to go over a few events going on. We've got the flea-off market today if you're in the downtown area. 75 degrees by 3 o'clock. Why not? Gives you something to do today. Get outside and enjoy it. Get some exercise, too, as you're walking up and down the rows of things that you can buy at the flea-off market. For Monday, here's what some of the models are projecting for rainfall. And you can see it's between a half and 1 inch here in the metro. And that's a pretty good going rate from all 3 major models that are forecasting here. I didn't put the GFS on there because it was really having a difficult time with this. So these 3 models, the RPM, the NAM, and the Euro, seem to be more in conjunction with each other. And this would be by early Tuesday when the rain is out of here. Tuesday Tuesday looks dry. Wednesday, a few isolated storms move in, scattered probably as we go throughout the latter portion of the day. Notice how I put a PM on there, so that's going to be after noon when we do see the storm chances, and the best chances would be later in the day, probably toward the nightfall time frame. 69 for the high temperature then. As we go throughout your Thursday, now this is the Wave 3 News Concert Series, and unfortunately, we've got storms likely, and I think they'd be likely during the early half of the day when we're actually starting off there at the KFC Yum Center Plaza. So that's not good news. Hopefully we can fix that chance. We've still got some time to try to fix that timing there, but at this point, it doesn't look too good. We'll have to see how that goes. Friday, we still have a storm chance, but for Saturday, all eyes are on that. For thunder, I put in a 20% chance for a few showers. The models have been flip-flopping like crazy on this the last 24 hours. Let me show you some of the data that we're looking at. These are the temperatures at 850 millibars, and this basically shows you where the air is moving to. So if you've got warm air aloft, you're likely going to have warm air at the surface, and it kind of just shows you a constant temperature of the air aloft, because if you show the surface temperatures, they get hot and cold during the night and day. These are more consistent. You can see the movement of the air masses. So as we go throughout the 14th, 9 p.m., this of course would be your Tuesday. You can see how we do have a little warm batch of air right here, but it's more so the trough that's going to be moving through, keeping us down to 70 for a high temperature then. We begin to increase in temperature as we go throughout the 16th, which is your Thursday. That's how we get those temperatures back into the lower to mid-70s during that time frame. But we also increase the storm chances as these warmer air pockets begin to move in. Again, that would be south of a warm front. The warm front would be moving through as we move throughout your Wednesday. That's why we've started the storm chance on your Wednesday, but really ramped it up by your Thursday. Severe weather, I don't think it's going to be a big deal at this point. We don't have enough instability, or really the winds that we had last week. Last week's setup was, that was relentless. Kind of a perfect setup for multiple days of severe weather chances, but here we don't have that. We still have sort of the chances of storms, but not necessarily the strength of what we had before, which is good. Now here's Saturday, and this is the latest version of the European model. Look at this. We're like free and clear here because this upper level low that we talked about yesterday on the blog is going to be staying out to our west, and we would be okay from any sort of cooler weather and persistent showers. But there's a caveat, of course. We may see a line of showers move through in the morning, and we may see a line of showers, maybe some thunderstorms, move through Saturday night. This will probably be after thunder. Now, this is per the European model. The GFS model, a little bit different. So we'll have to see how that goes. All right? Here's the precipitation output. This is Thursday. As we go through time, looks like we're pretty much going to be seeing those thunderstorms in the early part of Thursday. Here's what Saturday looks like, and again, this is the GFS model, and right here, it is showing we could have that potential for a line of showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two at night after the fireworks, and then as we go through before time there, what you didn't see was a little line of showers moving through during Saturday morning. We'll have to see how this goes. It's kind of iffy at this point. I would not bet on this being completely dry because we're going to be sandwiched between the upper level low coming through out here, which if it slows down more would be good, but then we'll have a system exiting that we'll have to worry about still. But if this comes through faster, this upper level low, then this line of showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms, would come through earlier. So I've put a 20% chance of rain on it at this point for thunder. They need to up that some based on some of the models that have just come out here. I've noticed over the past couple of hours or so, maybe up to a 30% chance now, but we'll have to see how this goes. It's always kind of a crapshoot this time if you're trying to forecast thunder weather in the middle of spring. Last year, of course, we were in the 80s. We were burning up out there. It was hot. This year, I don't think we'll be that hot. In fact, I think we'll probably be in the 70s, the lower 70s, and if this low speeds up, it might be in the 60s or maybe even the 50s, so we'll have to see how that goes. Again, we still have some time to clear out some of the cobwebs of this forecast and give you a finer, detailed look at that thunder over Louisville weather. All right, that's enough for now. I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. I will be back here on Wave 3 News at 6 and 11. Join us then.